What's up, guys? It's Lake with Phantom Bladers, and today I've got another Beyblade video, or Beyblade construction video. This is going to be what not to use for any Beyblade ever, and I mean ever, because these parts are terrible and they're completely outclassed. Just to start off, I didn't put face bolts on here again because obviously all face bolts are the same. They all look like this. They're all octagonal or hexagonal. And depending on what type of Beyblade you want to make, you're going to need a different face bolt. So I didn't have any specific ones not to use. So starting off with metal wheels, dark. It's got too many rough edges to be good for defense. It's too unbalanced for stamina, and it is too circular for attack, and it has a pretty large amount of recoil. So this is not good at all. Rock, not heavy enough for defense. It's not circular enough for defense. It's got too much recoil for stamina, and it doesn't have enough protrusions for any type of attack. Cyber, supposed to be good at smash attack, but the gaps aren't big enough to really allow any smash attack at all, and it's also really lightweight, so it would not get slammed around a lot if you use it in a battle, and it has a ton of recoil, so it'll hurt itself more than it'll hurt the other bay. Okay, now clear wheels. Pisces is just too light and too unbalanced. Gemios is also extremely light. It's one of the lightest clear wheels in the game. And it's only two-sided. This will not help your Beyblade at all. Same thing with Scorpio. It's also extremely light and fairly unbalanced. It doesn't match up well with very many metal wheels at all. And most of the metal wheels it does match up with are kind of outclassed. So this is not, none of these are good choices if you're trying to make any type of Beyblade. Okay, tracks. Let's start off with my favorite track. My favorite worst track there is M145. This is a gimmick track that allows you to move where your tip is, and basically it has a center mode and an outer mode, but if you put your tip in outer mode, it destabilizes the entire bay, and basically that gets rid of all your stamina. Your bay will probably only spin for maybe a minute at max. So there's absolutely no point to this unless you want to lose every single battle. ED145 and W145 both used to be really, well, they never used to be really good. They used to be okay at defense, but then people realized after the base started to wobble, the big prongs would hit this at the bottom of the stadium and decrease stamina too much. So both ED145 and W145 are not good at all. The last one I have written down on the list is BD145, and this may seem a little bit odd, like, why did you write down BD145? It's really good for stamina types when you're using it with Kerbix, or Hades, I mean. And yes, that's true, but using it with any other metal wheel except for Hell will make your bay lose almost automatically. Excuse me. Because on any other metal wheel, BD145 has to be in its lower mode instead of its upper mode. So it drags on the stadium basically after one hit, getting it off balance, and that will destroy all of its stamina. Because of these little things that hang down over the edge, scrape really easily, and so does the entire disc. So if you're using it with Hell, it's amazing, but using it with anything else, it's not very good at all. On to tips. Q or Quake. I don't even know who designed this, but I hope they didn't get paid very much for it, because it's basically a extreme flat tip with a chunk cut out of it. and it's terrible. It has 0 balance, 0 stamina. It's supposed to be good at attack, but it's not good at attack at all. It doesn't even bounce around like it does in this show. Flat, I couldn't find my flat tip for some reason. I don't know where it went, but if I had it, it's not very good for attack just because the spin surface is too small. I mean, if you want to go for attack, use a rubber flat or an R2F, or use like a metal flat if you're trying to get some stamina and attack, but not regular flat. Next up is HFS. This is a fairly cool track. It's probably one of the tip, excuse me. It's probably one of the most complicated tips there is. It's a pretty cool gimmick. I mean, you can switch the tip mode from sharp, or you can pull it out and turn it a little bit, and then it becomes whole flat. But this goes for whole flat as well. Whole flat is not good for attack. It's almost a stamina tip. I mean, you're not going to get very much attack out of any whole flat variant. And so whole flat sharp is a cool gimmick, but putting a sharp inside of a whole flat tip doesn't give it any help at all. Sharp is not very good either. And finally, we have semi-flat. This is bad for many of the same reasons as flat. It doesn't have a very good attack surface, so it doesn't move your bay around a lot. It's no good for defense because it's got a small contact point with the stadium, and it's terrible at stamina because it has a flat bottom, so it generates more attack movement than stamina movement. So that's it for my list of what not to use for any Beyblade ever. And of course this is not a complete list, but these are just some of the parts that I had on hand that I felt should be sort of shown off, just to make sure you guys know what not to use. Since we're kind of showing you what you should use, I just wanted to make this show off. Hey, don't use these parts, they're really bad. So anyways, thank you for watching. Please be sure to rate, like, comment, subscribe to our channel. It really does help a lot. Thank you to everyone who subscribed already, and thank you for support. Look for another episode of Extreme Beyblading coming up soon, hopefully, and we'll have a ton of videos. Agent and I are getting together this weekend, and so it's going to be amazing. So yeah, thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. See you guys.